Hey everybody, welcome back to MattBreaksWax. I've got a live one for you today. As I bump the camera and just totally destroy any credibility I have as a content creator. We're doing a Junkwax time travel. You see it here. 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93 Fleer. I feel like going backwards in time today because this is my last pack of 1986 Fleer. So, I'd like to end with that. So, it's my show. I can do what I want. Let's go 1993. We're going to go back in time. And we'll kind of peak in 89, and then it's all downhill from there. We'll see what happens. All right. Man, these are notoriously difficult to open. 93. I don't know what it is about 93. 93 Topps. 93 Fleer. Just all difficult to open. Here we go. Bob Tewksbury. Ken Hill. Andy Stankiewicz. Candy Maldonado. Jeff Nelson. Greg Olson for my Orioles. Now, obviously, 93, we're getting glossier. Look at the shine on that. Wow. Wowie, wow, wow. We're only 2 years removed from the ugly yellow and black cards, which you'll see in a few minutes. But look, we have a giant name on the back, another image on the back with stats and the story. Fantastic. Frank Seminara. Pedro Estacio. Chris Hammond. Kevin Apier. That's about the closest thing to a good card that we've had. Scott Erickson, he was pretty good. Mike Devereaux for my O's. Bob McClure. Wes Chamberlain. And the other Greg Olson. So, as my friend Junkwax Genius would say, when two players appear in the same pack, or when we get two cards of the same player in the same video in different packs, it's a doubleheader. So what do we call this, Junkwax Genius? Greg Olson and Greg Olson. We got both Greg Olsons. Is this a double play? Is this a doubleheader? I'm not sure. Is this this is a safety. I think it's 2 points. All right, that's enough of that. Let's see here. 1992. So this is the first year of the difficult wrapper from Fleer, when they switch from wax to this plastic. There are still art cards, the Provision art cards in here. They look a little different, obviously, but we're a little shiny. We're glossy. We've got this lovely teal border. We still have yellow. We can't get rid of the yellow. Accents and the back of our cards, again, with the yellow. They love it. I guess they're throwing back to 91. Photo, story. There we go. Gary DeSarcina. Lloyd Mosby. Jeff Innes. Mickey Tettleton. Gosh, I mean, am I putting up Mickey Tettleton? Is that where we're at? Is that where we're at? Tim Burke. Luis Quinones. Steve Howe. Kevin Seitzer. Lenny Dykstra. Give me something. At least he was fun to watch. Carlos Martinez. Dave Martinez. All the Martinez. The whole Martinez clan is here. Anwar Cedeno. Royce Clayton. Jim Gantner. Orlando Merced. Melito Perez. And Juan Samuel. Juan. All right. Back in time one more year to 1991. We are looking for a Provision. These are yellow and black. Black and yellow. Like Wiz Khalifa says. They're great for taping off a crime scene. If you want to outline a body, you can do that with these. If you want to mark a hole in the ground, yeah, it'll work just to keep people from falling in. If you want to direct traffic, you can kind of hold them up, like stop, go, it'll work. Neil Heaton, Lenny Harris, Junior Felix, Jimmy Jones, Eric Davis, please. Legendary Oriole for 1 season. Eric Davis, Chet Lemon, almost forgot to say his name. Nelson Santavinia, Bill Swift, Dave Henderson. Look, we're begging for stuff to put up today. David Hollins, Eric Anthony, Thomas Howard, Bob Guerin, Roy Smith. Can I put up the stickers? Is that against the rules? That was the best thing in the pack. 1990. These will be miscut, misshapen. Probably like have fuzzy edges, banged up corners. And watch, this will be like a perfect pack. There's Texas Rangers sticker. I'm putting it up today because we don't have a lot else going on. Steve Farr, and look, they're freaking perfect. These are all the 10s right here. These are all grade 10. Don Ass. I'm putting him up. Legendary Oriole. Don Ace. Ace. I don't know. Joe Carter. He's going up. Paul O'Neill, here we go. We're hitting all the action in the worst pack out of here. Maybe 88 is worse than this. Let's see here. Hojo and Rhino. I'm going to put them up today. I like that. They're buddies. Tony Pena, Steve Olin, Greg Olson. So we got him again. That's now a doubleheader. Howard Johnson, Ron Gant, Andy Hawkins, Pat Combs, Jeff Kunkel, Joe Bover, and Paul Gibson. Whew, wow. Yikes, that was rough. 1989, we were looking for the possible Billy Ripken error. This is from an error box, so that's how we found Billy. It was during a Junkwax time travel when we found him. You can look for that up here if I remember. I won't. Or you can search for it. It's pretty easy to find. Or the Randy Johnson error, which I have one. This wax looks like, I don't know. These are not resealed. They're just like loose. You know how like when you leave wax packs sitting and it's kind of like warm, they kind of get like, I don't know, they fluffy and start to open. Some of mine have started to do that this winter since I've had my fireplace running. Royals sticker, Mike McFarland. I always forget who the other errors are. So I already have TCDB open. We're just going to go bring it up because it's not that many. I think there are 8 of them. Errors and variations. Yeah, Danny Heap, Kevin Romine, John Moses, Tom Brookins, Mike Heath, Jeff Treadway, Neil Allen, Alan Ashby, Randy Johnson, Manny Trio, Ed Vandenberg, and Bill Ripken. And there's a bunch of checklist errors too, but I don't count those. So just to kind of refresh the names for us. All right, Mike McFarland, Mookie Wilson, Willie Upshaw, Frank Williams, Don Paul. I like Sean Paul better. Craig Lefferts, Oil Can Boyd. Hey, there's a Rhino. It's nice on the 89. BJ Surhoff. He did some Orioles time. He was a great Oriole. Like, he just really plugged into town here. I know he liked being here. He had some kids that had some special needs or medical needs, and like really plugged in for like different charities and the hospital systems here in Baltimore, and like did a bunch of fundraising. So great when he was an Oriole, and just a good human being. Mike Cook, German Gonzalez, Gary Varsho, Matt Noakes, John Kruk. Kruk's is he like an 88? No, he's like an 86 rookie. I like John Kruk. He's going up. And we got Bob Malacky and Jim Corsi. My alarm just told me to drink some water. It's not a bad idea. But who has the time? It's Junkwax time travel. We don't have time for that. 88 going back. Oh, that'll be a nice end to the pack. These are my favorite stickers of all time because you got labels with them. So it's pretty fun. Dave Anderson, Ernie Riles, Dion James, Dave Schmidt for my O's, Denny Walling, Mickey Brantley, Lance Johnson, Mike Heath, Donnie Moore, Odeby McDowell, Mike Lacoste, Jay Howell, Randy Reedy, I don't know, Tom Bolton, and even Darryl Strawberry. Can't redeem that pack. I mean, that's a good looking Darryl, but man, that was a rough pack. 87, these are the blue ones. I'm a big fan. Oh, a nice Chicken Man on the back there. We got our Phillies sticker. This guy's name I can never pronounce. Garth Eorg? I don't know. I'm guessing. Bill Russell. Mark Eichhorn. Reggie Williams. Danny Darwin. Can we find a Bo Jackson rookie who can redeem this video? Randy Neiman. Neiman. Terry Pohl. He's not a full hitter, so he's clearly hitting away. Dick Schofield. Willie McGee. He's not bad. Benny Santiago. That might be his rookie? I think so. Chris Spear, Mario Soto, Steve Jeltz, Paul Assenmacher, Kurt Stillwell, Tom Seaver, still pitching in 87. And we'll finish it out with Wade Boggs. All right, my last pack of 1986. I have not opened one of these for a while. I got to go back and refresh my memory on who we're looking for here. 86 Fleer should be. Let's see who the rookies are. Ooh, hang on a second. We're getting a call. Maybe somebody's phoning in. Somebody really wanted to tell me about my car's extended warranty. All right. 86, we are looking for Vince Coleman, Todd Worrell, Louis Thornton, Rick Aguilera. Am I in the rookie circle? Is that right? That doesn't seem right. Oh. All right. Hang on. 86. Lear. I need rookies. Rookies. Okay. Vince Coleman, Todd Worrell, Louis Thornton, Rick Aguilera, Lynn Dykstra, Roger McDowell, Ron Reynolds, Brian Fisher, Mariano Duncan, Stuart Clyburn, Craig Gerber, Ivana Lugo, Kirk McCaskill, Joel Davis, Ozzie Guillen, Bruce Tanner, Nelson Simmons, Tim Burke, Mitch Webster, Herm Winningham, Floyd Umans, Nate Snell, Jeff Calhoun, Jeff Heathcock, Charlie Kerfeld, Ron Mathis, Lance McCullers, Ed Wojna, Mike Trujillo, Ron Meredith, Frank Euphemia, Tim Versus, Steve Oliveros, Mickey Tettleton, Don Carmen, Darren Dalton, David Shipinoff, Carl Best, Yvonne Calderon, Frank Wills, Teddy Guerra. Man, we got a lot of rookies. Not a lot that made it for very long. Ernie Riles, Joe Johnson, Steve Shields, Milt Thompson, Chris Brown, Jose Uribe, Steve Bouchel, Jose Guzman, Dwayne Henry, Otis Nixon. Let's see here. Jerry Reed, Rich Thompson, Kurt Wardle, Pat Clements, Sam Khalifa, not related to Wiz Khalifa that I know of. Joe Orsolak. And then you got like the dual rookies. I'm not even going to read all those. There's a bunch of those as well. Cecil Theodore being one of them. Okay. Here we go. 86. Not a super exciting year for rookies, but, you know. Fun to rip it anyway. If it's anything like the rest of this video, it's going to be crap. Alright. Oakland A's on the sticker. Like it, like it, like it. Rob Deere. Jason Thompson. Urbano Lugo. Rick Sutcliffe. Jim Presley. Tommy John. We'll put Tommy John up. Charlie Huff. He pitched forever. Vita Blue. There we go. We'll get some names up here. Bill Doran. That was one of the rookies, I think. Nope, just kidding. Lies. Jay Howell. Frank Euphemia. I remember reading that name. That's a rookie. Rick Honeycutt. Mark Thurman. And Tim Burstis, I think, also a rookie to round us out. All right, folks. Well, that was a wild time travel. Riveting. I hope you were entertained. Just ripping through stuff in the card closet, trying to get rid of it. Had a run of Fleer to be able to do. I have one pack left of 86, so I wanted to take care of that. You know, this is really fun. I love doing it, and I hope you do too. Be sure to like and subscribe on the way out so you don't miss any of these weird, wild Junkwax videos. Peace. Keep ripping wax.